Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, Davis-Wade Stadium, where they've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on another Big 12 foe, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The LSU Tigers offense is on the field for the first time today. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Hold, open.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And the crowd starting to rise up on this early 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. So Mississippi State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be cheating that way from his free safety position.
You're right, because as a quarterback, I just can't throw to my guy in the perimeter, right? I got to attack the middle of the field. The problem is you've got one of the best safeties in the nation who likes to lay people out.
Yeah, roaming the middle of the field, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's got an eye on that receiver out there, too, that's dynamic. So let's see what kind of day he can have.
And back to the air on second down. Going for it all. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pressure coming. Fires into traffic, intercepted. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. 1st down for this offense. Quick release by the QB. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down. Slides in safely.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. So after the first down run, here's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. When you talk about the next game on the schedule, they're always looking forward to this one.
The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. The give on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Oh, gave the defender the business. The ball squirts free. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And I tell you what, man, you got to do a better job of taking care of the football. I got to know I got the first down. Running backs, this is job security. You better handle that thing well, Palmer.
And because of that, David, you might see another running back jog out in the field the next time this offense takes it. We're seeing a lot more of that around college football now. There's a lot of committees out there, committee approach. One way to get yourself on the bench very quickly, put the rock on the ground. That's a coachable lesson for that young man.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. And it's picked off. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Maryland is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you never know. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Clemson. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. You've got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Quick completion on the out. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Looking down the middle. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. On the option. Still on his feet at the 45. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
from the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Jumped on top of the pile. Went with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Running back goes in motion. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. Guys, LSU has the lead here. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Quick pass on the fly motion. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. Here's the handoff. Fighting off the defender. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun. Give on the inside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. They'll go right back to the run. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
On 3rd down, going up top. Feeling some heat. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. 3rd and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
So much for the wet ball drill. Couldn't hang on to it and muffed it. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And it's caught inside the 25. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. 2nd and goal for the offense. On the option. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Touchdown, LSU! And they made it it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Bulldogs are on the move. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. A high kick trying to pin them deep. And they'll down this punt just inside the 40-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense is...
Afterburner's coming. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
How about the explosive play by this offense? Man, it's so nice to have guys you can hand the football off and just watch him work. Watch him do the rest, the speed, making big plays, breaking tackles. Man, is it nice to have an offense with a playmaker like that.
So now with first and goal, let's see what LSU does here. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kennesaw State has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 10 over Utah State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. After the first down completion, it's 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Leaves it with the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it. Offense.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The give to the back. Sweet cut there. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback can go in the other direction.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. A 1st down for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the 1st down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He's going to pass. Fires to the tight end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Gonna let it fly. Catch and stride inside the 15. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldog.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this 2nd half, we keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes courtesy of the big play, covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Looking deep down the right side. And he makes the grab at the 20. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, LSU.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. 2 quarters of both sides feeling each other out. And it's likely to come down to which offense can find a way to generate some big plays. Adjustments will be a part of it. Maybe it's time these typically conservative play callers open up the playbook. Nothing crazy, but a calculated risk here and there to try to gain an edge in what's been a stalemate. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play to get our confidence going. We just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Red pass, it's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Finds his man. It's Tillman. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Slips through the line. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access, some cushion and coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. On 3rd and long. He'll have to turn it loose deep. Picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. The offense set for a first down play.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Pulls and fires complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And the spin move was sweet and athletic, but not necessarily that productive. On second down, will they go back to the ground game? And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. It's complete along the sidelines. It's a catch inbounds, and it's a first down. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Offense gets set for second down. They keep attacking through the air. Fires to the right. Pulls it in. And they'll finally bring it down after he rips off a huge play.
First down, Bulldogs.
Touchdown, Mississippi State. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Number 9.
Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ball game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kansas is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Big J isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over the Sharks. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback on the keeper. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. They're bringing heat. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. LSU now operating in the red zone.
That's a first down for the offense.
This quarterback part of their running game.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Quick toss. Touchdown LSU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 17 with the carry.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score.
Mississippi State, 14.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession again.
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. He's looking to throw it. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Couldn't make the play on first down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. From the gun, they'll try the middle.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Offense working from the pistol. They'll go to the ground. Hits him with a stiff arm. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
First down for the offense.
From the gun, running back on the move. At the 20, he's got space. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Now on the option. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. The pull and throw off the RPO. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
I love offenses offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
He looks that one in nicely. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Uncorks one. Got his man. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play. They're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. On the move, it's Tillman. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. These guys in a much better position after that penalty on the D. Now it's 2nd and 7. They think there's room to run to the right here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Encroachment. Defense.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking for the score. Incomplete, and the defense holds.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Fast motion from the offense. On the option. He'll toss it. Finds a crease at the 20. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
Offense backed up inside their own 10-yard line. You got to give yourself some space to work, so you dial up the run play, and your offensive line delivers. Huge holes up front for that big gain.
They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here comes the offense on second down. Some misdirection with the counter. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Tackle is made after the first down.
How about that? You got the lead late in the game. Get some first downs. Salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will, right, David? I mean, we know we're running it. You know we're going to run it. We're trying to ice this game. There's nothing you can do to stop us.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
The give to the back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Now facing a third and long. There is a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.